dream about doing great things, and engineers are one who do them. But it's a misery of our nation today that our engineers are more interested in working abroad rather than to serve their own nation. In these 9 years, to 56% increase in number of students going abroad is quite astonishing. Madam, the migratory birds also fly to distant lands when they feel ill-treated by their own habitat. Through you, I am curious to know from our respected HRD Minister, why government is ceaselessly attempting to crowd the nation with more and more IITs where quality and caliber is degrading down on regular basis. Creating new IITs is like diluting the pride of present one. It's like adding more and more floors to a 100-story building whose foundation is already at its worst.
HRD Minister, Mrs. Ritika, please.
Esteemed Speaker Madam, a lot of people say that this would endanger IIT brand. I tend to disagree here, and I strongly feel that this bill should not deter opening new IITs when our country needs more engineers. Engineers are one of the most important assets of a nation building. But unfortunately, in our country, the number of Indian students going overseas to study rose stunningly from 53,622 to 1,89,269 in just 9 years. Surely, then this means that students are not getting seats in top engineering colleges. Opening new IITs may solve this problem. Each IIT will be an autonomous body in a free market. If a branch wants to create its superiority, it should do more research, collaborate with industries, which will make a healthy competition, and that would attract top JEE rankings. Madam, I'd also like to tell my colleague that अगर करना उतना ही आसान होता जितना कि जानना कि क्या करना अच्छा है तो कब्रिस्तान गिरजाघर होते और गरीबों के झोपड़े महल.
Supplementary question, Mr. Zishan, please.
Madam, it's not like that only newly born IITs and NITs are facing complications. The condition of old ones are not worth relying. This gives pain in my heart that most reputed institutes of our nation faces teachers shortage. जहाँ पीने को मीठा पानी न था, वहाँ महाशय ने समंदर बहाया. I want to ask, what steps have been taken by the government to uplift the horrible condition of these institutes?
HRD Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker Madam, the reason for the shortage is lack of PhD candidates in engineering. It is also observed that students prefer corporate jobs over teaching profession. To make up for this shortage, institutes are restoring towards contracts, adjunct and online mode of teaching. We are also planning to engage trainee teachers who will be selected from top 15% undergraduate students from IITs, National Institute of Technology, Indian Institute of Science Education and Research and National Institute of Science Education and Research through a teacher training program. Madam, I'd like to say that we are working towards our cause and I assure you that we'll definitely achieve it, but it will take some time. Our patience is key to our success, and I'd also like to say that Rome was not built in a day, means nothing happens right away.
Breach of privilege, Mr. Chirag, please.
Honorable Speaker Ma'am, a serious breach of privilege has been committed by the leading newspaper of Delhi, commenting on the recommendations of Public Accounts Committee. The paper has attributed dishonest motives, and I request you to allow me to raise a question on that matter now.
Mr. Chirag, have you given notice of it earlier? You may give due notice along with a copy of newspaper cutting, and I shall consider it. You cannot spring on me a surprise like this.
Madam, I have already given a notice of it at 10 a.m. today.
It will be examined when it comes to me. I shall consider it and let you know my decision. Now, papers to be laid. Honorable Minister of Social Welfare, please.
Honorable Speaker Madam, I want to inform the whole House that a copy of the annual report, Hindi and English version of the National Commission for Women, New Delhi for the year 2013-2014 along with audited accounts. A copy of the review, Hindi and English version by the government of the working on the National Commission for Women, New Delhi for the year 2013 to 2014. A copy of the action taken report on the recommendations contained in the annual report of the National Commission for Women, New Delhi for the year 2013 to 2014.
Honorable Minister of Health, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I want to inform the whole House that a copy of the annual report, Hindi and English versions of the Indian Council for Medical Research, New Delhi for 2013 to 2014. A copy of the annual account, Hindi and English versions of the Indian Council for Medical Research, New Delhi for the year 2013 to 2014. A copy of the review, Hindi and English versions by the Government of Working of Indian Council for Medical Research, New Delhi for the year 2013 to 2014.
Secretary General to report message from Upper Chamber of Youth Parliament.
Madam, I have to report the following message received from the Secretary of the Upper Chamber of Youth Parliament. In accordance with the provisions of rules of procedure and conduct of business in the Upper House of Youth Parliament, I am directed to enclose a copy of the Illegal Migrants Bill, which has been passed by the Upper Chamber at its sitting held on March 2013.
Secretary General to lay on the table a copy of the bill as passed by the Upper Chamber.
Madam, I lay on the table of the House the Illegal Migrants Bill as passed by the Upper Chamber.
On behalf of the honorable members of the House and on my behalf, I have great pleasure in welcoming His Excellency, Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea, Mr. Park Hee-tae, Deputy Speaker of the Upper House, Ms. Jong Chong, Deputy Speaker of the Lower House, Mr. Kim Lee Park, they arrived in India on 6 November 2014. They are now seated in the special box. We wish them a happy and fruitful stay in our country. Through them, we convey our greetings and best wishes to His Excellency, the President, Prime Minister, and the friendly people of the Republic of Korea. Now, let us take up the calling attention motion. Mr. Achyut, please call the attention of the concerned minister.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, it has been observed that due to lack of government control over market prices and commodities, the prices are increasing day by day. Not only the prices of luxurious commodities such as ACs and cars are at a hike, but also there is a remarkable increase in the prices of essential commodities, which has made the survival of common man very difficult. The government has failed in controlling the prices of food, wheat, pulses, grains, etc., which perhaps forms the most important part of our living. I would like to ask, what steps has the government taken to put an end to this disorder? Speaker, Madam, as we've observed that the prices of kerosene and gases are increasing at an alarming rate, is the government planning anything to provide subsidies at these materials so that the people living below poverty line could also be benefited? Hence, I would like to question Finance Minister that why are the prices increasing at such a rapid pace? I wonder, why is the government sitting idle? What has the government been doing so far?
Leader of Opposition Party, Mrs. Ayushi, please.
महिलाओं की इज्जत, गाय का मांस, किसानों की जिंदगी और जवानों की जान, ये चार चीजें छोड़कर आज भारत में सब कुछ महंगा है। महोदया, जब से यह सरकार सत्ता में आई है, तब से महंगाई लगातार बढ़ते ही जा रही है। जीवन निर्वाह की वस्तुओं की कीमतों में लगातार वृद्धि हो रही है। आज मैं ही नहीं, बल्कि ये पूरा समाज और इस समाज में बसने वाला प्रत्येक व्यक्ति यह जानना चाहता है कि इस डायन महंगाई को रोकने के लिए हमारी सरकार क्या कदम उठा रही है। महोदया, नारे तो खूब लगाए गए, लहरों के बाद बूंदा बांधी और अब की बार जन कल्याण पार्टी, तो कहां गए वो नारे, सोच, इनके पक्के इरादे? क्या केवल बुलंद आवाज में नारे लगाना ही हमारी सरकार का एकमात्र उद्देश्य था? महोदया, यहाँ बैठा प्रत्येक व्यक्ति यह जानता है कि हमारी सरकार मूल्य वृद्धि पर नियंत्रण पाने में असफल रही है।
इतनी आसानी से हमारे देश की सरकार ने अपने ही देश के किसानों को गरीब कर दिया। आज उस अन्न उगाने वाले किसान को ही दाल व चीनी जैसी आधारभूत वस्तुएं पाने में कठिनाई हो रही है। मैं नहीं चाहती कि ये लोग गरीबों की इज्जत से खेलें। महोदया, यदि आज की तारीख में ये लोग उन लोगों का पेट भरने में सक्षम हो गए, उन गरीबों को 2 वक्त की रोटी खिलाने में सक्षम हो गए, और जिस दिन से उन लोगों को लाचार होकर भूखा नहीं सोना पड़ा, उस दिन मैं तो क्या, ये पूरा विपक्ष यह मान लेगा सरकार इस बढ़ती गरीबी जो इन्हीं की बढ़ाई गई महंगाई की कृपा है, इस मामले को गंभीरता से ले रही है। अब अंत में मैं इन्हीं शब्दों से सदन का ध्यान आकर्षित करना चाहूंगी। गरीब को तो बच्चों की पढ़ाई मार गई, बेटी की शादी और सगाई मार गई, किसी को रोटी की कमाई मार गई, कपड़े की किसी को सिलाई मार गई, किसी को मकान की बनवाई मार गई, और जो हम सच सच कहें तो हमें यह सच्चाई मार गई। बाकी जिन चीजों की जरूरत थी हमें जीने के लिए, उसी ये कमबख्त महंगाई मार गई, उसी ये कमबख्त महंगाई मार गई।
Finance Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker Ma'am, I would like to inform you that in order to help the common man who face increasing prices in market and help him live a happy life, the government has taken the following steps. A. In many states at district level, we have started cooperative societies for essential items like wheat, rice, sugar, pulses, etc. of good quality are sold at low prices. We are even planning to start such centers in other parts of the country also. B. The present world is facing the global depression. That's why there is inflation effect of our Indian economy also. But at the end, all I want to say is that our government is trying hard to minimize this result of global inflation of our Indian economy.
Minister of Agriculture, please.
Respected Speaker Ma'am, in order to solve this problem, we are taking many suitable steps. The productivity of rice, wheat, pulses and other important grains are gradually increasing. Like the production in rice increased from 95 million to 99.5 million tons in 2013-14. The production in wheat increased from 75 million to 80.10 million tons in 2013-14. The production in pulses also increased from 15.25 to 17.75 million tons in 2013-14. The state allocation for agriculture and allied sector has increased from just 4% to 5.25% in the same year. As a result, if incentivization under the Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, projects of over rupees 8,000 crores have been taken place under the Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana since its launch to improve the infrastructure and decrease the growth in agriculture and allied sectors. Besides this, we are also planning to import these basic grains from other countries as well, so that the shortages of rice, wheat, pulses and other important grains will be overcome and don't reoccur. In this manner, we are able to reduce the price rise of these basic grains in our country automatically.
Mr. Abdul Zushan, please.
महोदया जी, आज़ादी के बाद से आज तक हमारी जनता केवल रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान के लिए संघर्ष करती दिखती है। गरीबी और महंगाई तब भी मुद्दा था और आज भी मुद्दा है। मैं कोई पुरानी बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ। 3 दिन पहले मेरे घर पर आए राशन के दाम आसमान छूते दिख रहे थे। महंगाई एक ऐसी दिक्कत बन गई है जो हमारे देश की अर्थव्यवस्था की जड़ों को चाटती चली जा रही है। गरीबी और महंगाई की मार का असर गरीब और मध्यम वर्गीय तबके के लोगों पर देखने को मिलता है, जिनकी गर्दन पर ये तलवार बनकर लटकती रहती है। सरकार का कहना है कि वृद्धि दर में तेजी के कारण महंगाई बढ़ रही है, परंतु ध्यान देने योग्य बात यह है कि मुद्रास्फीति आगे आगे भाग रही है और विकास दर आज भी उसके पीछे है। कार और मोबाइल फोन के उपयोग के बढ़ते आंकड़े पेश करके सरकार आत्ममुक्त होकर अपनी पीठ थपथपाने में मगन है और महंगाई पर उठे सवालों को केवल एक सफेद पर्ची दिखा दी जाती है, जहां महंगाई केवल कागजों में ही कम होती दिखती है, हकीकत में नहीं। हकीकत में तो आज भी वो गरीब अपने बच्चों को भूखा सुलाने पर मजबूर है। हाँ, ये सच है कि कुछ लोगों की आय में बढ़ोतरी हुई होगी कि वे 2000 रुपये प्रति प्लेट 5 सितारा होटलों में खाते हों, परंतु मैं चाहता हूँ आपकी निगाह उन गरीब रेहड़ी वालों के प्रति, उन ठेलों वालों के प्रति, उन मजदूरों के प्रति भी जाए जो अपने परिवार का पेट पालने के लिए अपने पूरे शरीर को एक साथ थकाते हैं। आज मैं उन लोगों के लिए आया हूँ जो चिलचिलाती गर्मी में 30-30 किलोमीटर तक अपने ठेलों को घसीटते हैं। आज मैं उन लोगों के लिए खड़ा हूँ जो कड़ाके की सर्दी में, जिस सर्दी में आप अपने कोट की जेबों से हाथ निकालने से कतराते हो, उसमें वो गरीब साइकिल के ठंडे हैंडल को पकड़कर मोहल्ले मोहल्ले जाकर कबाड़ी कबाड़ी चिल्लाता है। आज मैं उन लोगों के लिए आया हूँ जिन्होंने बड़े विश्वास के साथ मुझे चुना कि मैं उनकी समस्याओं का समाधान कर सकूं, जिन्हें संविधान तो जीने का अधिकार देता है, परंतु हमारी सरकार उन्हें उनके अधिकारों से वंचित रखती है। आज इस सरकार ने देश को इंडिया और भारत में बांट रखा है। इंडिया द्वारा भारत का शोषण हो रहा है। इंडिया में बड़ी बड़ी इमारतें बनाई जा रही हैं,